guys, it's me, Clarissa, here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. First and foremost, if you are new to my channel, thank you for going ahead and subscribing and watching this video in its entirety. I also appreciate you coming on the channel and actually watching this video and taking out your time today to view my channel. If you are new, please go ahead and like, comment down below any thoughts that you may have in this video and any thoughts you may have in general on any of my previous videos. Please take the same time out to go through my past videos that are also on this channel. If you came only from this video, I do have lots of videos on this channel that you can enjoy, love, and want to watch again. Please share any videos that you do like so your friends and family and foes. I'm just trying to get as much of content as possible out to the public and as many people to benefit from my channel as possible. So like I already said, thank you guys for coming. If you're a returning KS crew fam, thank you for coming back to this video, and I hope you guys like it. Leave your comments down below and let's get into this video. So you already have seen the title of this video. What is the difference between being religious and being spiritual? There's a big difference. I came across this lovely lady, Melissa. Shout out to Melissa at my mechanic who does my oil change, and we end up getting into this conversation about being religious and being spiritual. There's a complete difference. Like me directly, I consider myself spiritual. I do not consider myself to be religious whatsoever, because I'm not. I personally believe that there is nothing wrong with religion, and I personally believe that anyone that is solely focused on being religious is not wrong. Like any religion, that's the thing. I don't single out any religion. I mean, if you want to call yourself atheist, atheism to me is a religion. Like any religion, you're not wrong for what you believe in. That's what you believe in. I'm not going to condemn you for, contradicting any of beliefs that I may have. And I put quote unquote beliefs because all beliefs are conditioned, to be honest. So yeah, go ahead and get into this video. Again, this is no discrimination to anybody or anybody's decisions. Please don't watch this video and get that from this at all. If you're already feeling that way, you can go ahead and click off the video. If you are not and you're understanding the point of this video, please continue to watch. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, yeah, me personally, I call myself spiritual. Let's start with being spiritual. I am spiritual because I believe in more than just a religion. A religion, to me, it was created to divide. You're religious to, religions were created for division, divide. And a lot of religions kind of defines various places within the, within the world. Just a little quick history. When when there was a period where we're still doing it now, but when the sole focus of the world was to gain control of certain locations and certain peoples, they used that control mechanism through religion. So they use religion to control the people, to control people's mindsets, or control their actions, control just the control in general. And if you live in a certain place of the world, that religion was what that place denominated as the religion, you had to follow that religion, and whatever rules that were set, you had to follow that religion. And if you did not believe in that religion, then you were executed, or you were exonerated, or you were shunned, or you're looked at to be weird, or you were risking your life, stuff like that. So formally, like I mentioned, religion was created to divide. I believe that at the end of the day, if you focus on any religion, there's always the same results. If someone says that they believe in Jesus or believe in Christianity, shall I say, and someone's a Muslim, at the end of the day, they're praying or they're worshiping, or I rather say pray because I don't want to go into the worship word, but they're praying to a higher being, the higher power, shall I say. I wouldn't say being because that's another topic. But, they're praying to a higher power, a higher energy than just the idolized version of Christianity, which is Jesus. At the end of the day, every religion goes back to the sole source of the creator. God is always like the creator. There's always a most high. Even in like the Rastafarian religion, there's the most high. Highest, whatever is the highest energy or form of energy. Some people call it God. Some people call it the creator. Some people call it the most high. Some people call it, the sun, which is giving the emitted energy, which gives, the full power of the strongest energy which we have on this earthly plane as the most high. It's all for me metaphors and symbolism and energy. At the end of the day, the Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, is a full book full of metaphors. The King James Version was written by William Shakespeare, for those of you that don't know. King James was ruling and he made his own version of the Bible. So basically, I feel like with religion, people use it as a mechanism to make themselves better. But depending on how you are taught and who teaches you, whatever religion you have, it can be disoriented. Your vision or your perspective on whatever religion that you're facing can be distorted. So, for instance, now the reason I'm talking about Christianity so much is because I was a very, very, very religious person. My father is a pastor. Well, he was a pastor. Now he's a bishop. But anyways, my dad is a preacher, y'all. And so I learned about religion very, very early on because my dad was a pastor. And so I really deeply went into the Bible and I really deeply dived into religion. And then I really deeply realized that depending on, like I was mentioning, who teaches you, your perception on religion could be totally misconstrued. And I'm not saying my dad did that at all. No. He's very open, to be honest. But people in his circle, other preachers, other bishops, other deacons, other people that are taught certain ways, from way back, and they pass on the same teachings, I realized that they started to perceive the Bible too literal. Again, it's full of metaphors. So basically the point is, with religion, people form their religion, they form their thoughts, and then it becomes if you are not like me or don't believe in what I believe in, then I don't like you like that. Let's basically sum it up. Like, I can't F with you. I'm not, me and you can't be that cool because you're not on the same wavelength that I mean, like, you don't believe what I believe. And it becomes kind of like a competition. Like, that's why I say religion, division, competition. It becomes a competition. You're competing against every other religion. I remember this one time I had a pastor who was like, oh, oh my gosh, how about this? The fire and brimstone teaching of Christianity is if you are any other religion or you believe in anything else, that you're going to burn and go to hell. Okay? That is the most idiotic thing ever, because that religion specifically has only been around for about 2,000 years, so give or take. So if that's the case, what has been going on before? Like, and let's do a little bit of history of Christianity. Well, I'm getting off topic, y'all, but it's gonna all come back, I promise. Christianity, for just specifically, was taken and remade by the European Spanish people, Spaniards. The Spaniards took it from, their own version of the African version of, Christianity. I forget the name of it, but, you have Yeshua, you have all of those leading roles in the original version of the Christianity, religion back in the Egyptian time. So they took those teachings and those stories that they have all over the walls in Egypt, and they created Christianity off of that. Literally, almost every single thing matches up, and just put out there. And then you had them mix up that religion with some forms of Catholicism, which is where the fire and brimstone came, because Catholicism is a kind of well, at that time, when they created this, was a very strong and fear-based religion. So it teaches you to fear. And so they took those practices from the Catholic practices, and those practices from the past Egyptian, Yeshua, and all of the stories of the the baby being born without, being actually created, having someone being planted, which they say is also, so let's not go on the topic, that's another video. But basically, all the stories that they have in the Egyptian time and their version of Christianity, they took and made it their own from the Spaniards. And then they took it and then they, monopolized it and made it a religion which people are still, worshiping and practicing today. Now, again, nothing's wrong with religion. I just don't feel like any other religion is better than any other religion. If you want to say, okay, I believe in the sun, brings me, like for instance, people that live off of the land, they may worship the sun. They may worship, they call it Ra. They may worship Amen Ra, which is the sun. You guys say amen all day as Christianity, you don't know that comes from the sun god Amen Ra, which is also from Egyptian, in just saying times. But yeah, guys, so I'm not going to tell anybody that they are wrong for the religion. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, because I believe in these practices, or say, for instance, I was Christian, I believe in things that Christians believe in. I believe in being, being fair to people. I believe that, you should love one another. I believe that if someone does something wrong to you, that you don't do wrong to them. I believe in those kind of things. But certain things that are within the Bible, certain things people do as Christians, I don't believe. The biggest people and the most judgmental people that I have met have been Christians. And it's because of the way that they were taught in their religion. Now, again, I'm not going to tell a Buddhist because I'm Christian that you're wrong for being Buddhist and believing in Buddha. I believe karma is a bee. I believe in karma. I believe in the practices of karma. I believe in the practices of meditation. I believe that it is very important for you to meditate at least once a day for 10 minutes or less. At the least, if you can get 10 minutes in, that is perfect. But if you can't get 10 minutes in, at least do 2 minutes, 1 minute of just pure quiet and gratitude moments to yourself. If you can't do 10 minutes, if you could do more, then great. 30 minutes is amazing to actually sit down with yourself and actually find your inner peace and your soul, speak to your your energy. Because at the end of the day, we're not flesh, we're energy, So you see, I get excited because I'm very spiritual. I believe in energy. That's another thing. You talk to some people that are religious, and I mean all religions, not just Buddhist. Well, Buddhists and certain religions actually do incorporate energy within their practices. But Christianity and I would also say Muslims, they're kind of skittish. And Seventh-day Adventists, they're kind of skittish when it comes down to speaking about energies and spirits. However, they talk about the Holy Ghost, which is a spirit. But anyways, when they start talking about the real nitty gritty of spiritual energy and and how energy is harbored and just the details of spirituality, stones and all that, they call it witchcraft because it works. Witchcraft. So because it's not the normalcy, it's witch work, and so they call it witchcraft, and it's looked at to be bad. But if I can, it's at the end of the day, everything's energy. If I have a fool's gold, for instance, this is a stone. If I have a fool's gold, it looks like a piece of gold. The energy will carry that I'm holding quote unquote gold, and that energy will bring me more funds and more abundance because of the energy which that stone has been manifested through my thoughts or other people's thoughts or people's energy or just energy overall. A good example of, spirituality or energy, shall I say, could be like your TV. We watch TV every single day, all day, every day, on our phones, on our tablets, on our actual TV. But television, telling lies visually, is actually produced and ran by LCD lights. It's LCD television. They're crystal, liquid crystal displays. There's probably like a quartz, I believe, or a clear quartz, or some form of a stone that is inside of the TV that allows the colors to emit. So they shine a light through the crystal to then be able to emit the colors that they would like to show visually on the TV, which then emits a certain energy to us. And little do you guys know, lots of these shows have so many hidden messages, and you don't. I mean, of course, I'm not talking about like cartoon channels. I wouldn't say that, that they do too. But I mean, like cartoons, like regular cartoons, like Super Wings, stuff like that. Of course not, but like cartoon channels, like Nick and those kind of channels. There's so many little things in between the shots that we do not see that emit energy. So many different like food products and clothing brands and people and names of people. And even when you're watching these TV shows, there's little things that you do not see physically or consciously, but your subconscious mind picks it up. And to me, that's a form of spirituality too, because everything is as a whole. Your subconscious mind or brain or whatever voice you may want to call it is what's like that little voice. You never heard someone say, I had that little voice in my head that told me how to do it, or I had a little voice in my head that was telling me that this, whatever, that little voice in your head, whatever that speaks to you sometimes. I'm not crazy. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, that little voice in your head that sometimes gives you bright ideas, or sometimes keeps you out of trouble, or sometimes you kind of ask yourself a question and you hear, you kind of get an answer because you're talking to yourself. That's your subconscious brain and y'all subconscious mind you're talking to. That's energy. That's your energy that you are speaking with, so yeah, I feel like spirituality gives you the opportunity to actually find yourself, not what someone tells you that you have to be based off of religious or religion. You can be who you are and to practice what you want to practice, because at the end of the day, the point of a religion, or the point of being religious, is to be the best self that you can be, and then of course move on to the next plane as in a positive way, and as high and as energy as you can get as you pass on. So whatever makes you the best person, or whatever makes you live the best life, is what works for you. You don't have to choose a religion to be the best person. Like I said, some of the worst people I ever met were Christians, or really hardcore religious, but really hardcore hypocrites as well. You get it? But the person that claims they're not be religious, they're the sweetest, they're the kindest, they're not judgmental, they have no ego whatsoever, because religion teaches you to have an ego. Well, depending on your religion. And and they just live their day and try to be as good as possible. They understand the practices of karma without having to be told karma. They understand the practices of meditation without having to be told to meditate. They understand, not to be so emotional over things that you can't control, even though someone doesn't have to tell them to be emotional, not to be emotional over things they can't control. They just live their life peacefully. And a peaceful life, you'll have a peaceful reality, and only positive things that come out of positivity. There's no way, if you're admitting positivity, that you can get back negativity. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make a difference how negative the person is around you. If you are pushing out positivity, which is spirituality, by the way, then the only way you can go on is with positivity, because that's the only thing you're pushing out. If you're pushing out negativity, what can you expect but negative things to happen? When you sit there and you say, oh my gosh, I see that girl, I don't understand why, no matter what religion or not, I don't understand why she always going through things. Well, just because she looks all good and dandy in front of you does not mean that she's not talking behind people's back. Does not mean that she's not a gossiper. Does not mean that even though she's not saying anything maliceful out loud, doesn't mean that her subconscious mind isn't saying anything. Her conscious mind isn't speaking things, and her subconscious mind isn't speaking things negatively. And doesn't mean that she's not emitting negative energy for negative things to come back to her. It doesn't, or her, or he, or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. Who, if you're a female or a male, it's still the same thing when it comes down to this kind of energy. For instance, spirituality, manifestation. Yeah. Manifestation. I'm kind of tired. Y'all say I'm in bed, but I want to do this video. But manifestation is spiritual. Manifestation is literally you thinking and really believing in what you want, which they say to do when you pray. So you are automatically, when you are doing these religions, you are manifesting, and you're doing spiritual practices, but you don't even realize that you're doing these practices. It's really funny. And people really get skittish when talk about people that are spiritual. They think people that are spiritual or claim to be spiritual are, weird. But it's not that they're weird. They just are digging deeper than where you are willing to go when it comes down to your religion or spirituality or this world or learning details about stuff. That's it. Because when you pray, whenever you pray, you're just manifesting. That's it. If you sit there and say, I pray to God for a new car, what you're really doing is manifesting that new car. And if you think hard enough, and if you really, really, really want it, there's some way, somehow for that to become your reality. And that car will pop up somehow. Someone will say, hey, I don't need this car anymore. Someone will say, hey, I can give you a loan. Someone will say, hey, I know someone that's selling this car that you want. Someone will say, hey, I heard that you need a car. I know someone that's selling you. Somehow, some way it's going to pop up in your reality because you set the mindset for it to happen, which is a part of spirituality, which is also a part of religion, but at the same time, it coordinates. The only thing is different is that I'm not denominizing one specific type of life. Like, I believe all religions have a reason and a purpose. It's just what fits you to make you want to actually practice that type of religion. At least where I'm located, I live in America. There is no specific religion that we have to have. I'm not living in a place where we have to be Muslim or we have to be whatever, religion it is or else. I live in America where we have free range to believe in whatever we believe in. And I believe that is actually the best thing that America has done for people, which gives anybody the opportunity to come here and live and be successful and not feel judged. But at the same time, it's still a way of judgment through religion. So at the end of the day, you can come here, practice whatever you want, but at the end of the day, at the same time, depending on your religion, you're still going to be judged by people. People are still going to think how they think. And I feel like when you're spiritual, all of that is erased. You're just literally picking apart all of the positivity and all of the good knowledge that you can get from anybody and anything that can advance you to the next height of pure peace and happiness, or nirvana, as Buddhism would classify, or heaven as Christians would classify, or being at peace with yourself as people would classify, that don't believe in any, that are atheists. They just think that, you continue your life and, whatever you do, you just basically be the best person that you be. They don't believe in any specific being or higher. They just believe in themselves. And at one point in time in the Bible, it says that you are a God. So you make the decisions, basically what it's saying. Everything's a metaphor. So, spiritually, that's my perspective on that. I don't believe anyone is wrong for what they believe, and I believe that you should have the opportunity to practice and take from all the religions to be the best self that you can be, which to me classifies as being spiritual, because you're not actually specifically claiming anything. You're just literally trying to be the best that you can be on this plane of earth. And at that, whatever moment it is that you can get your calling or the energy that can help you be that person, no matter if it's a religion specific or not, you're taking the energy and you're applying it to your life to be the best that you can be, and to make the people around you perceive you the best way they can perceive you, and them as well the best that they can be as well. So with that being said, I know I didn't go into a specific definition of what religion is and what spirituality is. However, look out for the video. I will probably do that right after this video, just so you can have a specific video for those that are that kind of people. I did want to make sure that I get into my opinion of, which is why I said at the beginning of the video, this is my opinion of reality, of spirituality and religion. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments down below. What do you feel religion and spirituality is? What's your opinion on religion and spirituality? Because I gave you mine, and that wasn't even the half of them. Just shorten it up. So this video is kind of long, and I apologize, but this is a really good conversation. I would like to see how you guys feel about it. Please go ahead and like, share, comment down below how you feel. And you can also find me on Instagram at KLARISSICASAYS. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace out, y'all.